Welcome to this GaTAPP informational session. My name is Lori Thompson and I'm the director. I'm joined with our GaTAPP assistant, Matthew Boyd. So we're going to go through this. There is a tiny URL that is very helpful to have. It is just tinyurl.com/WGRESAGATAPP. And that will allow you to pull up this entire presentation. We will share this with you in an email following. So I'm the TAP coordinator. Matthew is the TAP assistant. And GaTAPP is an alternative preparation program for those who hold a bachelor's degree or higher and who are going to be teaching in one of our 7 districts that we support. And we'll go over that in just a minute. But you have to be the classroom-based teacher of record in order to do this program. We are able to help you reach your qualifications in elementary, middle grades, or secondary programs, as well as CTAE. One of the first things that you're going to want to do as you get ready to start considering your teaching career is you're going to want to go to the GaPSC.com to create a MyPSC account. There's a screenshot of this on here with an arrow pointing to where you go to register for this. The qualifications for this program, like I said earlier, are that you will hold a bachelor's degree or higher and that you have a 2.5 GPA. That has to be a cohort average. I always like to say if you went to college like right off the bat and maybe you had a hard time kind of getting started and your GPA didn't quite recover, we do have wiggle room, so don't discount yourself from the program if you have below that 2.5. We certainly have some ways of evaluating your transcript where we are able to help you. So please don't think that that is a complete disqualification from the program. When you go to send your transcripts, you will send them to my attention or to Matthew's, and I will add that to the email as well. There are some assessments that you have to take in order to start the program. And so the first assessment is the Georgia Ethics Assessment. This is a GACE assessment, the Georgia Assessments for Educators. And so this explains to you the ethics test. The ethics test can be taken from anywhere. All it requires is an internet connection. And there are some modules that you work through. And so you register for that through your MyPSC account. That's just helping to ensure that you have a deep understanding of the principles of education and the legalities surrounding educator ethics. The other assessment that you will take is your GACE content assessment. Now, this is a little bit different. So you have to decide what it is that you want to teach and what you want to get your certification in. So I'm going to just use kind of for an example. Let's say that you have a degree in some type of engineering. Because engineering tends to be math and science heavy, that aligns with most teaching areas. That would be mathematics or science, especially in the 6th through 12th grade areas. And so those are things that you would be eligible to take and then take your content assessment in GACE that would allow you to become credentialed in your content assessment area. Now, if you would like to teach elementary school, there is not a degree alignment for that, and so you would take the GACE content assessment in elementary education. For almost every area, there is a GACE assessment. Some of them are 1 test and some of them are 2. And so even if let's say that you have a degree in business and you want to teach special education, you don't have to have a degree alignment for that. You would simply take the GACE assessment in the special education content area that you're interested in. As we work through this presentation, I will show you exactly how to register. Again, for GACE score reports, those should be sent to Matthew, and this is his email address. I want to pause right here and just see if you have any questions regarding the GACE assessments. Okay. And so once you get through that, you do have to register through your MyPSC account. This is a video. There is a video link included in this presentation that shows you step by step exactly how to register. So I showed you at the beginning that your first step is to create a MyPSC account, and that is because you will need that in order to register for your assessments. I'm going to pop out of this slideshow for just a second and kind of give you an overview of what that looks like. All you're going to do is you're going to go to your MyPSC account. You're going to log into that. And when you get over here, you will go through and actually click on assessments. And then you're going to be able to start adding the assessments you want to take. So right now, one of the ones, if you are looking for your content assessment, this is for GaTAPP. So you would have to take that. The other assessment that you would be required to take is the ethics assessment. And so the video in this presentation will actually take you to instructions on how to do that. So that's why we embedded that within the slideshow. So there are a couple of steps and options for getting started in GaTAPP. The first step you go through is the pre-TAP, meaning that you're meeting all of the qualifications. If you are looking for a teaching job right now, it would be in your very best interest to go ahead and get admitted into the GaTAPP program. You're going to do a lot of things kind of at one time. First of all, you are going to complete an application on our website that is linked also in this presentation. You are going to send your transcripts to me or to Matthew. Then you are going to register to take your GACE ethics assessment and your GACE content assessment. But all of these things will kind of go on along the way. But the most important thing is having that PSC account and then going ahead and completing an application for the program. That just lets us start matching up. When your transcripts come in, it is helpful that we already have your application. So all of that can be happening now as we're getting ready to go into next school year. Then after you finish that, you will be able to start interviewing for positions. And once you have a job, you will be entered into the full TAP program. The systems that we support are Carrollton City Schools, Carroll County, Coweta, Harris, Heard, Meriwether, and Troup County. So if you get a job in any one of those systems, we also support the Odyssey Charter School in Noonan, and we support Coweta Charter Academy. Those are both K-12 public schools. So those are our systems that we support for GaTAPP, meaning that you would have to have a job in one of those districts in order to be fully admitted into the program. Are there any questions about that? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you would move into a different TAP program. I believe Paulding County is supported by Northwest Georgia RESA, and so you would transfer into that program. That being said, we would be able to send your transcripts and everything over to that TAP program. We do all kind of work together, though we are separate programs. So the only thing you might have to do is a new application. We can send over your transcripts, and then of course they would have access to all of the assessments that you've done, the GACE ethics assessment, the content assessment. You would not have to redo any of that. And that's a great question. We have a lot of people that live maybe like on that Carroll County side of things, Carroll County, Douglas County, Paulding County. And so we have learned to work really well with everyone. Um, At this particular time right now, all of our subject and special education CTAE courses, um, typically you can finish those within 1 year. The cost for that is $5,500. It does look like we're going to have some scholarship money available for next year to help reduce that cost. I cannot tell you at this moment exactly how much because we are still waiting on our funding allocation, but typically it's about that. You do not have to pay that all at one time. We do provide you with a payment plan to pay that out over the course of your program. So that is the cost as of right now. If we don't get any scholarships, if we do get scholarships, that would be reduced. Elementary education, meaning that you are in pre-K through fifth grade, that would be $6,500, and that typically takes 3 or 4 semesters to complete. So it is a longer program. Elementary teachers are required to come out having a deep understanding of how to teach reading, math, science, social studies, PE, art, and health. So that is exactly what is covered, and that's why it does take 1 year to complete the program for all subjects except for elementary, which is typically about a 2 year program. The maximum time you can take to complete the program would be 3 years, but that would cost, if you have to go into a year two or a year three, that is $1,000 extra per year. One of the things about the Georgia TAP program that is very helpful is that when you compare this with a traditional Master's of Arts in Teaching, it is a much more economical choice because we do not have that price tag that comes with most master's programs. Okay. The next thing that we have on our slides is the application. There is a link to that. And when you open that up, you will just go through and complete that. And then once you complete that, you will get an email from our finance assistant, Carrie Felder. Carrie will send you an invoice to pay via PayPal for the application fee. You do not have to have a PayPal account to pay that. You can simply pay with any kind of a credit card. So that is the application for the program. There are, it's $50. Okay. Um, Included in your program, you're going to get what we like to call a boot camp. So, actually, this year we are offering it twice. You can either come to the June session or the July session. It is face to face at our offices in Grantville and runs from 9 o'clock until 3 o'clock. And so during that time, you're going to learn all about how to manage classroom, how to write lesson plans, how to teach your content area. We kind of do a crash course and everything. So that's why we call it a boot camp, because it is really a very full 2 weeks, but a great way for you to kick off your teaching career. We want you to go into your classroom and be successful. We have a very high success rate with our participants who start in those summer sessions for 2 weeks, and then they are able to go into their classrooms and really enjoy the success of what they've put into those 2 weeks of time. Then after that, we have monthly seminars. Those are held the first Monday of each month. They are all virtual, and we're online and we cover special topics related to teaching. So those things do happen the first Monday of each month. And then we have some online classes that you will take. Those happen where it's called asynchronous, meaning that you don't have to be online at a certain time, and you only take one class at a time. So during your program, you would have classroom management. We've actually built that into our Essentials of Effective Teaching in the summer. And then you would take the special education requirement that is for all Georgia educators. That is a law that we take that. It's called House Bill 671. And then you would take reading and writing across the content areas. Unless you were an elementary education teacher, at that time we will start you in your reading endorsement program that will provide you with all of the foundations to teach reading. Okay. So the other things that you will get besides these online courses, you will receive coaching from a West Georgia RESA supervisor, support from a building level mentor, and a building level administrator. Those people all meet together to form a candidate support team, and that support team is continuously working with you throughout your program to help ensure your success. We really want to make sure that everybody that enters our program comes out with their teaching certificate and that they are ready to continue on in their professional journey. And so it's really important to us that we have a really strong team to support you in your program. Your requirements for the program really kind of revolve around this candidate support team and the support you get from your RESA supervisor and your building level mentor and administrator. I think to kind of go back to that idea, if you get a job outside of one of our main districts, there are TAP programs throughout the state of Georgia. And so we are able to help connect you with those people. RESAs are regional educational service agencies. There are 16 in the state of Georgia. We serve the western side of the state, all the way from Carroll County through Meriwether County down to the Alabama state line and to the Fayette County, also Fayette County line. So those are some of our districts that we support. And just as you are getting everything in, we want to make sure that you have our contact information. Again, it is Lori Thompson. You can also send this to Matthew Boyd. Our email addresses are included on this presentation. So I am going to very quickly, as I get out of this is kind of the end of the presentation, and it's a perfect time for you to ask questions. And so I'm going to pop back into our meeting. Okay. So it looks like everybody's still on the phone. So I think probably what would be very